The spring semester hits its fourth week, and Missouri Valley is trying to make its way through the semester as normally as possible. I'm Austin Bolin. KMVC News is following the Associated Press model of reporting for COVID-19 cases for Omicron and future strains of the virus, in that KMVC is still reporting the number, but only with the additional context of hospitalizations from the virus. Missouri Valley has 6 active cases currently. That's down from 37 the dashboard on moval.edu had in the days following Martin Luther King Day. Missouri Valley hasn't had any cases since the start of reporting for the fall of 2020, and that resulted in hospitalization. Missouri Valley has revised its COVID policy several times over the past few semesters. Each COVID-19 strain, along with campus vaccination status, leads to tweaks to keep the community safe. KMVC's Cody Hohenberger reports on what changes the Valley has made for the policy for the start of the spring 22 semester.
Missouri Valley College last updated the COVID policy in late October of 2021. Since then, students at Valley have only been required to wear a mask inside the classroom. This semester, the college has now implemented the CDC's new shortened quarantine period. Head athletic trainer Vince Fedorowicz explains how the new guidelines work.
And so we end up going through the CDC's guidelines, and that's based on Saline County. So Saline County takes their guidelines from the CDC. So currently, those guidelines are 5 days where you've got quarantine, and then you get another 5 days where you're masked up 100% of the time. That's including outdoors as well as indoors. Any activities that you're doing, you're supposed to be 100% masked up.
The college has been trying to keep campus events possible for students and have been trying to make sure everyone stays safe. Valley President Bonnie Humphrey explains how this can be a struggle for everyone.
It's a constant battle for us to try to keep things as normal as possible and still keep kids safe, faculty safe, staff safe. And so we're trying not to close the campus down like we did at the very beginning of COVID-19.
Cody Hohenberger, KMVC News.
Updates to the COVID policy are posted on moval.edu, and any changes to the spectator policy for Viking sporting events are on valleywillroll.com. Missouri Valley College is bringing Thor the Viking to life with a new text messaging service to help support students.
The Student Success Center launched a texting program that uses artificial intelligence to interact with students. Missouri Valley partnered with EdSites to create an interactive AI that uses Thor the Viking as the character for the program. Students can now text Thor to ask questions and give feedback regarding academics, mental health, and activities on campus. Elizabeth Bellamy says the program allows students to reach out for help, even outside of office hours.
Thor the Viking is available 24/7 to students so any student can reach out to Thor any time of the day, any time of the night, 7 days a week.
The program is prepared with resources to help students and answer questions, but it also reports information to the Student Success Center. Bellamy says this allows the program to have a personal element.
But while we love that Thor can provide artificial intelligence, we also want students to have the personal touch and know that we are here to help them with anything in any way that we can.
Thor also checks in on students once every few weeks.
The program launched at the beginning of the spring semester and has already received more than 600 text messages from students. Some of Missouri Valley's international students want to stay in the United States after finishing their undergraduate degrees, but that means a number of legal obstacles and paperwork. KMVC's Sakina Kamoro reports that Missouri Valley College held an OPT workshop to start students down the proper path.
Optional practical training is a temporary employment that is directly related to an FE student's major area of study and allows students to work up to 12 months. Thomas Malo, International Student Coordinator, talked about regulations, documents that students have to have for the application process, and the pros and cons of OPT. He says that students get a clear understanding of OPT in the workshop.
And sometimes it confirms what they want to do, whether it's applying or not applying. But some people think it's an easy process when it's not really. So it's important to for the students to just kind of understand if it's for them or not.
Kurumi Baba, an international student from Japan, says about what she learned from the OPT workshop.
So I learned a lot of things from that session, especially how we can get it like the permission for OPT, and what kind of papers or documents that we need to apply for that OPT.
Missouri Valley College holds one OPT session per semester, and the next session will be the fall semester. Sakina Kumuro, KMVC News.
Information about OPT workshops are available through Thomas Merlot and moval.edu. Some of Missouri Valley's international Vikings are alerting fellow students about Casas por Cristo, an association that helps people who have housing needs that need to be met quickly. KMVC's Maria Lopez reports.
Two international students from Missouri Valley College spent last fall semester 4 days helping Casas por Cristo build a totally new house to a family who did not have enough money to buy one, and they did not have enough space where they lived.
It was honestly one of the best experiences in my life. It was a 4-day trip. We drove down to El Paso, across the border, built a house for a beautiful family of a mother and a little girl that was 4 years old. We translated for the American pastors. We ate really, really good food. And then we left with our hearts feeling bigger and better.
It is an experience for everybody who loves to help others, and the next experience will be when the semester ends and it's open for everyone.
That's Maria Lopez reporting. The Missouri Valley women's basketball team owns a 13-9 record heading into the final 7 games of the regular season, giving the Vikings a chance for their second winning season in the last 10 years and 4th since the mid-90s. Valley is 7-6 in the Heart of America Athletic Conference and currently holds the second of 2 wildcard spots for the postseason. The Vikings have a 2-game lead on 9th place Culver Stockton, and Valley plays the Wildcats on the 5th in Hannibal. 2 Viking wins in the next 7 games guarantees a winning season for the first time since 2014. The Missouri Valley men's basketball team has seen its fortunes go the other way. The Vikings enter the final 3 weeks of the season with a 3-10 conference mark and in last place in the Heart of America Athletic Conference's South Division. Valley has had a strong start to the season, racing to a 9-1 mark on the season, but since dropped 11 of the last 13 games. And one of the wins came on a half-court shot that beat the final buzzer. Both Missouri Valley basketball teams have 3 home games left, and Senior Day is set for February 12th against Evangel. Missouri Valley Alumni Association hosted its annual winter social event in the Burns Gym on January 19th, during the men and women's basketball games against Mid-America Nazarene. The event provides an opportunity for alumni and friends to come together to celebrate winter athletics. While usually the event is held during basketball game, it is meant to celebrate all winter sports, including wrestling, indoor track, and volleyball.
So each year, the Alumni Association likes to bring alums back to campus to feel comfortable getting back and supporting our academics and athletics. And so tonight, the winter social is going to be at the basketball games versus Mid-America. So we'll have alums from local, regional. We've got some alums coming from the Kansas City area that will come, enjoy some good food, and visit with each other and support our basketball teams.
An estimated 70 alumni and friends were able to attend. While women's and men's doubleheaders are common for sports like soccer and basketball, wrestling doubleheaders at Missouri Valley are rare. But both wrestling teams were in action against Central Methodist on the 28th in a twin bill at the Burns Center. Missouri Valley lost every match to CMU until Jocelyn Murphy's first period pin put Valley on the board. And the Vikings would win every match the rest of the way. It ended with Valley's Aliandina Bush defeating Cheyenne Whitehead in the final match, giving Missouri Valley a 21-17 come-from-behind win against the Eagles. The Missouri Valley men's wrestling team swept every bout in the second duel of the doubleheader, beating CMU 52-0. That score includes top 10 matchup again with the 285-pound weight class, as 9th ranked Joshua Isaac beat number 8 Brendan Shelton in a 13-8 decision. Desmond Prospero, Joseph Rice, Javon Mitchell, and Karim Shakur recorded pins for Valley. Both the Missouri Valley men's volleyball team enters February at the beginning of conference play with a 3-1 record on the season. The Vikings beat Graceland and Quincy, but fell in straight sets to number 4 Park. Valley's first home match of the 22 season was scheduled to be February 1st, but winter weather caused that game to be postponed. The home opener is currently set for the 11th against William Penn. Missouri Valley welcomes students back to the spring semester by giving them a chance to hurl balls at each other. Valley held a dodgeball intramural in late January in the Malcolm Center gym. The team needed to be co-ed and consisted of 6 people. 9 teams joined, and the team that won the game received $100 as a prize. And that's KMVC News for the start of February. The next broadcast is on the 15th, and we'll have complete coverage of Missouri Valley and the winter storm sweeping through the Midwest in the hours after this broadcast is recorded. Thanks for watching. I'm Austin Bolin, and this is KMVC News.